What's up, guys? This is the third episode now. It doesn't feel like the third episode when I went to type it in. Anyway, it's the third episode of the BS with B and S. And I'm just letting you know that both of us have severe ADHD brains today. So we're going to talk about what ifs. And yeah, I don't know where this is going to go from here. And so it's going to be great. It's going to be great.
Fun.
So first, I want to talk about, we're going to start the what if game with the TikTok ban because I see so much stuff. Y'all, those of you guys that are on TikTok that are already putting eulogies out, like, what if you're doing that and you're fucking yourself over? What if? I'm just saying, what if?
I haven't
Because
seen, they're putting out like whole eulogies.
yeah, yeah, of like, oh, my channel was so great, and my like literally like they're putting their channel. That's like a funeral for their channel, and I'm like, they haven't even actually said that the ban is going to take effect. Like as of right now, it is, but on Monday, the Supreme Court tomorrow, they're still hearing arguments. So you don't know. Like you don't know. And I guarantee you they're not gonna let TikTok is not gonna let TikTok go away. So what if y'all are putting out the manifestation that your channel is ending and the rest of us are not?
I mean, that's one way to think about it,
I'm
right?
just saying, you're kind
But
of shooting yourself in the foot.
I'm always saying, like, you have to be careful what you say because manifestations work both ways.
Yep.
You can manifest the bad as well as the good.
Yep. So what if you're putting out that you're saying goodbye to your channel and the universe takes that as a eulogy for all your channels?
Well,
Somebody hacks into you and you get banned.
I hope not, though.
I'm just saying, I ain't doing it.
Mm-mm. No.
Mm-mm. I'm a wait and see long
Yeah.
game kind of person.
Yeah.
Okay, so what if the TikTok ban does go through and it crashes the US economy?
I mean, it would be terrible. When I think about how many people have started businesses that have grown that started on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
Like YouTube's been around forever, and yes, a lot of people have made it on YouTube, but TikTok, I'm gonna miss just watching people collaborate on like voiceovers for animals and
Mm-hmm.
the
Yeah,
jets and stuff. Um, I think it single-handedly changed the way that we communicate,
I
the way
agree.
we share, the way we grow. It's opened opportunities. Like it's gonna be sad
I agree. I agree.
if it happens,
I
but
personally don't think it's going anywhere. I really don't.
I don't think so.
I think, in my opinion, just because I've been on there since like a month after the app started, um, and I watched and waited for like 6 months or so before I posted. I think I posted like one stupid weird little video and that was it. Like I just waited and watched, before
Mhm,
I actually posted content.
mhm.
Um, but I've seen how things have been shaped, and I've seen how, like, I've watched it explode in multiple areas. And I love when I was listening to the Supreme Court arguments the other day, and I loved how the government attorney kept bringing up, without saying it, that they were monitoring our free speech on there, but their written argument says it repeatedly. But my brain was like, I saw so many of you motherfuckers in Congress that tried to vote against this that have big TikTok followings, and you're still posting videos. So I'm like, you can't have it both ways. But I follow Pearl Mania 500 and I love him, even though he doesn't yell as much anymore now that he has the baby. But he pointed out something really interesting in that my whole brain just went sideways. Um, okay, we'll table that because my whole brain, it just went out of my brain and I forgot. But what I think is really interesting is that this is a really slippery slope. And my what if brain on this goes to, say they do manage to ban it. Okay. Even if, let's say they find another way to divest it or whatever, which I think that they will. I think if they don't win the Supreme Court thing, they're going to divest it because it's too big to fail at this point. This is slippery slope. So if the government proves now, like, and that's one of the things that I think it was Justice Sotomayor brought up, that, what's to say now that you've banned this, or you're, effectively voted to ban this, what's to say that X or Facebook or Instagram or any of those are not next? Especially since Facebook, I guess they were like, we need attention. And so they were like, we're not going to look at the, we're not going to look at the validity of anything anymore. Like, just have at it. So what if they manage to get this ban through and TikTok has to divest, and then it opens the door up for now precedent is set. And so, okay, they don't like how Elon Musk is running X now, so they can force the sale of that or not allow it in the United States. Like, and the part of that cracks me up is they're literally doing exactly what they demonized China for doing.
It sounds like, I don't know, you know, long story short about my mom on TV, and she swears that the red light on it means that they're recording her. And at some point you gotta think, like, we're all being recorded.
All the time.
All being recorded. We've all clicked through terms and conditions, like,
Mhm.
whatever. I'm not that entertaining. I don't feel like anybody in the government is sitting around got a SAS channel, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not that entertaining. And so I was trying to tell my mom, like, of all the people that they could watch, what makes you think they would watch you? Like, I'm
Yeah. One
so
of the other creators I follow, T Todd, I love him. He posted a video the other day that was like, if they do ban this app, he's like, what if we just send China our information anyway? He was like, what if we just send our I'm like, bitch, I have an iPhone. Like, I'm sure they have all of it.
this point in the world, we got, uh, fucking Terminator coming back, aliens, Dior bags, whatever. Like, what else? What else?
What if someone on TikTok just made up the Dior bag thing and it's not really a thing? What if you can say drones all you want and it's not censored, but someone made it up as a trend?
I mean, let's get people talking about Dior bags, doesn't it?
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
How many people have looked up Dior bags that have never ever looked up a bag from Dior at all?
I don't know where the trend started, but I could see that.
Well, I know that there was a couple of celebrities, and I'm not gonna say names because I don't want to deal with all that. But
Mhm.
the one lady in particular posted a fuck load shit bag ton of videos about it, saying that she had been censored for it. And I'm like, you're an actress and a decently well-known actress, and you have a large following of like 16 million, I think. So if you start talking about it like that, then everybody's going to go, oh, well, then I can't talk about it. If she's talking about it like that, then I can't talk about it like that.
Mm.
And I saw she suddenly was all over my For You page with it. So I'm like, oh, were you losing relevance? What if celebrities made shit up to gain relevance? Oh my God.
Oh, don't get me started. Like, what if all of Hollywood was game? What if Diddy's guilty? What if Oprah's the Antichrist? What if, you
Mhm.
know? What if I've heard conspiracies? My brain this last couple months on the conspiracy theories is like
Okay,
what
you ready for
if?
this one? You ready for this what if that I just thought about while you were talking? What if there's a timeline where every one of these conspiracies is true?
What if it's this one?
No.
What if
I'm just gonna go ahead and say no.
what if what
I
if there
I
is
think
a fog that's being released because the government's using chemicals to erase our memory, and then we're tested to see how much of this chemical they need to
Mhm.
erase our memory, and what if that's what Mandela effects were all about?
See, I actually kind of like that's a conspiracy theory that I'm on board with because the fruit of the loom one is the one that got me the most because people have proven that yes, there was a cornucopia. Yes, there is. It's in the goddamn tag. Like
Oh,
when I heard that one, I was like, no, like someone is legit fucking around at this point. You're fucking around with me. Like fruit of the loom, you're fuck off. You're fucking crazy. I know that there was cornucopia in there. And so
the
when
one
they proved it, it was like smoking gun, bitches. Just like the King Tut one. Like you will never convince me that there was two things on his head. Ever. Ever. Even AI doesn't put two things on his head. When you put in to create an image of King Tut's golden mask on the sarcophagus, it doesn't put two things. It puts one. It puts one. Like everything in movies, everything in magazines, one. I'm like, you can't convince me. You can't convince me. So I'm fully on board with that. I mean, and if you think about it, what if? What if? Okay, so when you go into the military, you have to get all of these shots, right, to keep you from getting sick and so on. They don't tell you what the shots are. They'll tell you a couple of them. They'll tell you a couple of them, but you don't know what the fuck they're shooting you up with, and you get like 6 to 10 shots when you get into basic training. What better way to spread shit throughout the population than to inoculate your soldiers who all have families, they have girlfriends, boyfriends, kids, whatever. So they go home and you're inoculating them with all of this. Isn't this a great conspiracy theory? So what if that's where some of this shit have started? Because the first people that they experiment on is the military.
I don't know. I don't know. Now, have they experimented on the military for ever?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But have they also experimented on random small groups of people and small islands? Or
Yep.
let's not talk about the whole syphilis thing. Have they not races, generations, islands, uh poor, the homeless, like
What
nobody
if
nobody's safe.
along this
Just
same
gonna
line
get
of questioning,
experience.
along this same conspiracy theory, what if? Do you remember when all of those train derailments were happening and all of those things were leaking, getting out in the watershed, and the weird red sky that was going on and all that stuff?
Mhm.
What if that was to spread whatever the fuck this shit is that's causing
All the wildfire.
psychosis? I mean, for lack of a better term, think about it. It's almost like a nationwide psychosis at this point.
But that's what they're saying Mandela effect that is.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nationwide psychosis.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And a national lapse in memory.
Mm-hmm.
Now, personally, I paid a lot in therapy to forget a lot of shit over my time. Like, I don't remember a lot of shit, like, but on purpose. Like, I paid to forget that. A lot of money. Um, there's people trying to tell you you don't remember something that you know damn well was
Mm-hmm.
a thing. It will make you feel crazier than hell.
Oh yeah.
It will make you feel crazier than hell.
Narcissistic gaslighting at its finest.
Like, I know damn well the one that did it for me was Stouffer's.
Was what? Stofers. Why?
Stouffer's. I was a fat kid, right? I
I
was.
haven't heard this one.
I know it was Stouffer's stovetop stuffing. It was the commercial.
Yes.
Stouffer's never was a thing. It's Kraft stovetop stuffing.
No.
Yeah, yeah.
No. I agree with you. I haven't heard that one yet.
I'm a fat kid. I know damn well it was. I remember the jingle from the commercials. Like, you
Yeah.
tell me nothing. Like, no, Jimmy, Mama's looking Stouffer's.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Nope. I agree with you. I remember it. And the
Yeah.
reason I remember it is because I fucking hate stuffing. I hate stuffing. I've
Oh,
always hated stuffing. There's only been one kind I can ever eat, and it's somebody that handmade it and stuff like that. But I hate stuffing. So I know the box and I remember the commercial because when you really hate something, you pay really close attention. So I, yeah, I hate it.
absolute food loving fat ass tourist baby. I love food. I ain't changed when it comes to that. I am food motivated.
Mm.
Hmm. I love me
Oh,
some,
fuck off. That scared the shit out of me.
but I know damn well it was Stouffer stovetop stuffing because I would stutter every time I tried to say it. My brother would make fun of me.
Yeah, I haven't heard that one. I don't like it. I don't like
Mhm.
it.
But what if all of the we know the cloud seeding, the forest fires, I mean, how many times has the smoke been all over Canada, the US, like
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
the storms, like the NASA's been making rain clouds on command for years and years
Yeah.
and years. What if all of that is chemicals that are slowly testing to erase our memories, our
Mm-hmm.
brain cells, but they're just seeing how far they have to go. Like, they don't wanna completely make us useless because they need us to work.
What if? Because you and I were talking about terraforming the other day. What if those
That's what
chemicals are being put in there to see who has whatever mutant gene the aliens need and who doesn't?
I mean, I got what you need, baby. I got it. Take me to the king. I wanna go. I wanna go.
I fucking can't with you. So, I mean, so I know we talked about the what if the other day, and we were talking about being terraformed, like with the weather and the fires and all that shit. But and y'all listening won't know this, but earlier I texted Sass because I got up. I was lazy today because as we're filming this, my birthday. I'm 48 today. I'm 48 today. Good, even number. But I'm sitting there and I'm working on some research for something. And I'm just like, you know what? I need noise. So turn the TV on. So I try to watch the news. Everything is about the fires. And I totally get it. I do. It is a big, humongous thing. I get it. But God damn it, I need to see other things going on in the world. Like I can't hear the same exact script from the same person over and over for like 3 hours straight. Like I can't. So I'm like, okay, I don't want, whatever. So, and please don't, somebody's going to take that as me saying that the fires don't matter. And it's not what I'm saying, but
No, they put
it's
it on
just like,
repeat,
there's
like,
so
tell
much.
me something else.
Yes. Yeah.
Progress
I
the
can't.
story. Yeah.
Yeah. I can't watch it because I've, knock on wood, never had a fire. Okay. Um, but fires terrify me, and the looking at all of these people losing everything that they've ever had, all of their house, their business, all that stuff, it breaks my heart. And I can't sit and watch it for 10 hours at a time. So anyway, long story short, so I turn it on, like what else is live, and I just look. Ancient aliens, bet I'm down with some ancient aliens with the
Oh,
hair and I'm not
yeah.
saying it's aliens, but so I'm like, okay, so let's start watching this. So as I'm sitting here and I'm doing this research and I'm just kind of zoning it out. I'm not thinking about it. And they start talking about human mutations, like that we see all the time. We don't realize they're mutations. I already knew that just because I have green eyes. So one of the doctors pointed out to me a long time ago that it's like a rare thing to have like solid green eyes, not hazel, solid green eyes. And so I'm just like, oh, I'm special, So I took it as that. And I've watched all of the ancient aliens. I don't know why I'm pointing over there. There's no TV over there. I've watched all of the ancient aliens, right? But I never caught this part. But what caught me was they said something about green eyes. And I'm like, I have green eyes, So I look over like this. And then they start talking about the Rh negative blood and
Mhm.
that they can pinpoint in human history when Rh negative blood became a thing, that it never was a thing. And then suddenly, boop, Rh negative blood. And so, of course, on that show, their theory is that it was implanted, the aliens or, whatever implanted that. Well, then they started talking about how when they look at all of the people that have Rh negative blood, and you think about it in the terms of, if you look at all the colors of the eyes, there's brown, green, hazel, blue, and then there's that really rare purpley color, but they were talking about just the main four ones. Over half of the people that have Rh negative blood have green eyes. So you're telling me that half out of four. So all these other three make up the other half. Like, that's insane. That's insane. And so they were like, those are two major mutations, and they can kind of pinpoint when just through written history with the eye color and stuff. But it's really, really crazy. And so that got me like paying attention to that instead of doing what I was doing. So it's like, what if we are now finally being terraformed? What if, because the whole episode of that was about hybrids, like human alien hybrids. So what if they did start planting hybrids then, with the Anunnaki, with the Hindu gods, because they also talked about Shiva, the Hindu god Shiva, in that episode. And I didn't know or didn't pay attention when I watched the episode before that there's a specific mountain that's supposed to be where Shiva lives that you can't go. You can't go. You can go to the base of it, but it's illegal to climb this mountain. And everybody that goes and walks around the base of it, which this is bucket list now, Sass, everybody that walks around the base of it has experiences. Everybody.
I watched that episode. Like they really wanted to get there, and I think didn't they finally get to the top to an observation center? But it's controlled by the government.
Yeah, it's controlled by the Chinese government, and
Yeah,
I don't think in that episode they actually got up there. Not in that episode.
it
So
is. It's interesting though because the pyramids, the holy places of the Hindu gods, a lot of Christianity's holy places like the Vatican, they are all also like when you start looking at ley lines and geographic centers, and they're also tied in with aliens and space travel. What if it's
yeah.
all the same story?
Mm-hmm. So what if
My view
there
on
are
it,
some of us that are hybrids that we don't know we're fucking hybrids, or we have an ancestor that was a hybrid, and it's now gotten out so much in the population that now that it's time to start terraforming?
I mean, I can see it.
Because supposedly these hybrids, one of the main things that sets them apart is psychic abilities, and we've seen the rise in what in the last 5 years. I'm just saying. I'm just saying what I'm saying.
Wait, what about psychic abilities? Where? How did that get in there? What's the thing?
The all of the ufologists, or however you say it, ufologists, that sounds weird. Anyway, all of the people that study aliens and abductions and UFOs and stuff, they believe that with the hybrids, the only difference with them, because they look exactly like humans, they talk like humans, they everything, the only difference is that they have like telekinesis, telepathy, they have psychic abilities. So if you have enough of these hybrids that appear to be deities, godlike, because they can make things move, or they can communicate and enslave people, make people do what they want to do, what they want them to do, and that bloodline gets passed down, and then you come back after however many gazillion bajillion years, whatever, and that has morphed into the vast majority of society. Then what? Now you start terraforming. Because I mean, think about it. In 2020, we had like a huge mass awakening, and then we had one in 2022, and then we had one in 2024. I'm just saying.
Just don't make me a Martha.
Just what?
Just don't make me a Martha.
A Martha? What?
Sounds very Handmaid's Tales to me. Like we're terraforming. What are we gonna do with the rest of them? They just, I don't know. I don't want to be a Martha.
Why would you be a Martha?
I don't know if I'm one or not. Like I don't know. I'm not from here.
Girl.
I'm not from here. For a lovey long time. I mean, whatever. Don't make me a Martha.
I'm just thinking, like, don't make me one of those mutants that has some sleeper gene in me that suddenly I go all crazy and start growing like 9 arms. I don't know, 9 arms might be cool, but like some murderous rampage shit or whatever, killing all the Marthas. You see what I'm saying? I don't want to be that. Why is that face? Why is that face?
I don't know. Now I have a whole like new nightmare unlocked. Thank you.
Well, that's one of the other things they were talking about, is that they believe that some people are like sleeper hybrids, like they don't even know.
Hmm.
Because they were talking about a couple people that had gone crazy and like done all kinds of stuff, and they said that they weren't in control of themselves, that something was controlling them, and that they looked back in their past and they had said that they had been abducted by aliens and stuff like that. And yeah, and then I fell down the rabbit hole on the next episode with the implants and things they've been finding in people, and I'm like, nah, bitch, nah.
I walk such a fine line with that because there's a believable portion of that, but
Mm-hmm.
the healthcare side of me, like
Right.
be mental health and dementia are like my favorite parts of, and
Mm-hmm.
like so I like when you say stuff like that, my brain, it's almost like it's fighting like which way do we want to go with this one. It's a case
This
by
bitch
case.
crazy.
Yeah, it's a case by case situation. And you just said that you were gonna like you had a sleeper cell and we're gonna grow 9 arms and murder, all the Marthas right after I said hello. Don't make me a Martha. Um, we travel together. I will cut you. Just know. And
I can't with you.
we'll cry about it afterwards, but
I can't with you.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying what I'm saying.
Just saying what I'm saying. Bye. I love you, but dearly beloved.
So I got a new one because I'm like, I got a new what if, uh, just because I was looking at, so my face, all my facial recognition stuff doesn't work again today. It's been pissing me off, and I'm like watching my face change. So what if only certain people that have hit whatever this hybrid level is, awakening thing and stuff like that, are the ones that are noticing all of the changes in the timelines, the changes in their own faces, because like their sleeper cell action is to try to fix this. You're welcome for that.
Term sleeper cell.
No, think,
I
I mean, like when you hear the spiritual community talk about how like they feel like there's something big coming, and
I'm following you on all the rest, but can we leave sleeper cell? I still got this vision in my head of you like a 9 armed whatever. Can we find
okay,
the
okay, okay, no more sleeper cell. Sleeper cell. Sorry, I had to get out my.
yeah, yeah, that sounds like a terror threat, a scary movie, a nightmare.
I mean, I was more thinking of like Kali, like that kind of like.
I get it, but Kali was scary, dude. Right?
But
You come up
okay,
in an alley and you ain't ran across no other 9 armed. Like you probably gonna shit your pants. You
I
know?
mean, yeah, fair,
Mm-hmm.
fair.
Yeah. Sleeper cell just sounds very
It does. It does. I think I was using that term just because that's what they were talking. That's how they were talking about it on there. Like,
yeah,
so yeah.
I'm scared. Can we soften that up a little bit? Like I don't like it. I don't like it.
Well, so with the what if I just propose, like, because I've noticed also I haven't really been on the witch talk side of things. I've been more on like spiritual and stuff like that. But for the longest time, people were talking about how, especially those that were just waking up, were like, I feel like some big thing is coming. I feel like some big thing is coming. I feel like they just kept talking about it. And a lot of us that have been around for a while, we were like, welcome to the fucking club. Like, welcome to the fucking club. Like we felt like this for fucking ever. Can't tell you what it is because we don't know either, but we feel it. I don't feel that now.
What
I
if?
don't feel that now.
What if? I'm so I believe, and go back to spiritual vampires, right?
Mm-hmm.
What we know about spiritual vampires is not the maximum amount of knowledge
Right.
of spiritual vampires. I think of it very much like a novel. There's vampires, and then there's a master vampire, the
Mm-hmm.
one that created all the little ones. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so think spiritual vampirism the same way.
Okay.
You think for 1 second, way up here in the government, Hollywood, all these things intermingled, that it's beyond the realm of possibility that you have a master spiritual vampire. I'm not gonna say black, but whatever. Um,
Mm-hmm.
like these big families that are backing all of our economics, all of our
Mm-hmm.
groceries, our lights, our power,
Yep.
our everything.
Yeah.
They're backing everything
Mm-hmm.
through hundreds of names, are not manufacturing this fear, this anxiety,
Oh yeah.
this because you look at what's shown on the news, you look at what's, talked about around the world, you look at all of it's fed to keep us at a level of fear and stress and anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
And what if? What if we're not just being farmed?
What if? What if? What if the people that run those big families are alien hybrids?
Huh? I mean, what if they're the ones that sold us to them?
I mean, in every one of the alien takeover movies, there's always people in the government that fucking sell everybody else out so they in there, they can be okay.
Mhm.
I have no reason to believe that that would be otherwise. I just don't.
Like,
You can't
why
convince me.
is every one of the most bizarre scenarios that we can come up with? Like, I remember being younger and we could come up with some pretty fucking bizarre shit.
Yeah,
And it was like,
that'll never happen. Yeah.
either A, you need some lithium and some Depakote, or B, you have the great imagination. We're a good fine line. Um, and now it's like, bingo, called it.
Yeah. Or I
Called
could believe that. Yeah,
it.
that's not out of the like that's
Volcano sharks. I mean, we have cocaine sharks, but just look at the whatever.
I mean you have a really, really good point because anything that you can come up with. Like I could get high as a motherfucker, smoke some Lotus, take some LSD, and throw some PCP on top of there and write like just come up with all these what ifs. And I guarantee you that every single one of them, somebody, well, really most of us at this point would be like, yeah,
Yeah, it's believable.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like they could tell me that the Vatican has been manufacturing Bigfoots, like all underneath the Vatican are a whole race of big feet because they're some supreme being that came from, like the fifth element, and they're here to like save the earth or whatever, and they're implanting them here and there. I believe, okay.
I saw a TikTok where a guy was saying that the reason we can't find Bigfoot is because he's like Predator and
Yeah.
goes and cloaks himself into like this invisible bullshit. And
Mm-hmm.
they actually have camera slots to this invisible thing moving. Eh, okay.
Okay.
Like we haven't been able
Yeah.
to, okay. I mean, I could, whatever.
Same.
There
I
is
believe it.
nothing like, whatever.
I believe it. I believe it.
Yeah.
That's so bad. That's so
Yeah.
bad that we're at the point where like we will just believe what the fuck ever.
It, we've been proven right,
Mm-hmm.
wrong,
Mm-hmm.
right, wrong. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because, like you hate to be a conspiracy theorist, right? But then,
But how many of them have gotten proven right?
and like you can see how that could lead to that. I can see that kind of
Mm-hmm.
math, kind of
Yeah.
math. Everything is math, and something's got to not math.
I
You know,
don't know. Here lately, even when I think something doesn't math up, when I'm like, all right, that doesn't math. Like, what the fuck? Literally, all I got to do is think about it for another 30 seconds. I'm like, God damn it.
yeah, I
Yes, it does.
mean,
Fuck.
I mean, what do you do?
I don't know, man.
Volcano sharks is a thing.
Dude, that when I read that when I read that story, when because I saw the headline on the one that I read, I think it was from the New York Post, or I don't remember, Washington Post, I don't remember. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But they were like, Sharknado is a thing or whatever, and I was like, oh, of course.
I
Is it
mean,
great whites or is it makos? Like, I'm just curious, like which one is it? You know? Yeah.
like everything you could possibly think of.
Mm-hmm.
Hurricanes are being manufactured.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Duh. Called it. Called it. Like
Yeah, and with
there's an underground world with its own ocean. Okay.
mhm.
Like, okay. We all watched Land Before Time. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
And how many movies have talked about finding this hole at the North Pole?
Okay.
I
There's
mean,
an
and
ice
now
wall in
they're like
Antarctica.
no
I'm not
fly
going to
zones
check
over
it.
certain areas of Antarctica where they have all these secret things going on, and the Earth shoots a big green laser out its ass all the time. Like, okay.
Like, what can you possibly come up with
Mhm.
that can't add up some, 6 degree of
Oh my
separation
gosh.
from the
Okay,
truth?
hang on. I got to pull this up for visual reference because I got a new what if. Um, hang on, let me find it. There's
Was it
um a whole bunch of scientists have found where the magnetic field of the earth, oh son of a bitch, I know it's on here, where the magnetic field of the earth, here it is, has a dent. It has a fucking dent.
in the magnetic field?
Yes, the sky is breaking, the earth's magnetic field splitting could swallow satellites. A strange anomaly weakens Earth's magnetic field system between South America and Africa, puzzling scientists and raising concerns. It says satellites and spacecraft face increased exposure to solar particles in the anomaly, risking glitches and data loss. But look at this, it's a space dent. NASA likens the South Atlantic anomaly or to a dent in the Earth's magnetic. Oh, of course, it's gonna like, let me put it in front of my face. There we go. I'll send it to you. But so what if,
What?
because I find it interesting that this came out after all of that crap last summer with Antarctica, I never can say it right. The laser coming out there, and then Willow, because Google has been working on Willow for a long time. They didn't just magically go, here it is. So what if we really are in a fucking singular universe, multiverse simulation? I'm a big fan of simulation theory, in case y'all don't know. And they just broke it. I just
What if it
I
really is
just need
flat Earth and they just fucked with the hologram?
mm-hmm,
What if? Like, there's nothing that's beyond the realm of
mm-hmm,
possibility. Like, nothing.
mm-hmm. Some people watching this, when we were just talking about that, they were like, dude, like now they're scared about that. I didn't mean to scare y'all.
Nothing. I watched the TikTok that made me like the whole Statue of Liberty thing. It got me thinking, like, there's a statue of Lucifer with the chain around his ankle,
Mm-hmm.
the all
Yep.
the things, and then you look at the Statue of Liberty in the Big Apple with the chain around it. It's got the 7 points on the crown, just like Lucifer's, like all these things. I'm like, could be,
I know exactly what TikTok you're talking about.
could be, could be. Like I could see that.
I
I mean,
love that we started with TikTok and we came all the way back around to,
dude, if they ban TikTok, I'm gonna be feral.
I think that
I think
I
that
really
people are
truly
gonna
don't
rise
think,
up, like for real.
I don't think it's going anywhere. I really don't. I really don't. And if they do force them to divest, like say the Supreme Court does uphold it, which to be honest, I really don't think that they will, because I read through the briefs for TikTok and for the government, and I'm not an attorney, so let me just, I'm not an attorney and this is not recommended as legal advice. Um but I read through both of them because it directly impacts me. This is my whole livelihood. So no TikTok means my income goes way down, meaning then I'm stressed about, can I pay my rent? Can I pay my car payment? Can I
Right.
feed my kid?
Like,
Can I feed myself?
yeah.
So I was really looking at it. And I used to work for, I have a couple of friends that are attorneys, and I used to do jury consulting and help with stuff like that. I know a decent amount about legal jargon. Again, I'm not an attorney, guys, but what I kept picking out in the government's argument of why TikTok should be banned, they're not even banking on, they are banking on the national security, but they can't tell you why. The thing that bothered me is that throughout their brief to the Supreme Court and stuff, they kept talking about controlling content, and that on TikTok, that's not First Amendment. That TikTok does not constitute having First Amendment rights. But then when they were in court, two of the different justices asked the government about this. And the lady backtracked really quickly, like, well, of course, creators are covered by it, but TikTok isn't covered by it. And I'm like, that makes no sense. But the slippery slope to me there is just purely on that merit. And this is what TikTok's attorney argued, was that purely on that first merit that the government brought up, it's unconstitutional. The ban is unconstitutional because they are trying to control what is being seen on there. The second one could have some merit, with it being controlled by a foreign country or whatever, blah, blah, blah. Even though TikTok's done everything the government said and, so on. But
matter. We buy all our shit from them anyway.
right?
They run all the tech. Like, okay,
I mean,
everybody's not the enemy.
that's the other thing too. I'm like,
Everybody's
I don't think it's going anywhere. I just don't. But even if they do force them to divest, they're not telling them who they have to divest to. But this is such a slippery fucking slope. Like, it really scares me as an American with First Amendment rights. It really scares me. Money aside, like, I actually laid awake last night worried about this. And livelihood wise, one aspect, but the other thing is, like, that opens the whole door of, now we could force the sale of X, we could force the sale of Facebook, we could of Meta, like, we could make you diverse. But they're not talking to any of the companies who they have tons of factories and shit in China. If you don't
right.
think that opening a
Right.
business in China doesn't mean that they're going to come in whenever they fucking want to and look at your warehouse or whatever. I don't know where you went to school. I don't know what planet you're from, but, like, because the US would do the same fucking thing. If somebody from China came over here and started a big warehouse and building cars or whatever, they have US regulations and oversight. So OSHA or whoever could go in at any time. So I'm like, I don't understand. Like, I don't understand. But I do agree with you. Not everybody is your enemy all the time.
I have friends that run businesses in China that the regulations there, even for their own people, are so strict and
Mhm.
so like I tried to ship stuff to China. They don't want half our shit. Like you can't even get
Yeah.
it through customs
Yeah.
in China.
Which says a lot about us.
Right. But have you ever noticed that the people, it's the governments that have beef?
Yeah.
It's this government don't like that government. But when you get down to the people, like we all want the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
We
Yeah.
ain't got shit to do with them. They don't do what I tell them to do. They don't do what you tell them to do. I don't care if it's in a country like ours where we all vote. We vote. We got a suggestion, a recommendation, but
That right there.
you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's a of it for the actual people. When you get down to the actual people that live in China, Russia, Greenland, I don't care where. When you get down to the actual people that work their jobs, feed their children, live their lives,
Mm-hmm.
we all want the same thing. We are all the damn same.
Yeah.
We all want the same thing. We want them to leave us the hell alone.
Yep. Yeah.
To be able to live our damn lives.
Yeah.
Be left alone. Like at the end of the day, who's the enemy? At the end of the day, who's the enemy? Because
Mhm.
I can't think of one person in China that I have as a personal enemy. I can't think of one person in, Palestine that I have as an enemy.
Right.
Who's the enemy?
Right. Right.
It's these people up here with the money that they just beefing with each other and dragging our asses along.
Mhm.
At the end of the day, it don't matter where you live, what part of the country. We just trying to take care of our own, live our life, take care of our family, and be left the fuck alone. Who?
Mhm. It's like having that one drunk friend that every time you go out, they're gonna get drunk and pick a fucking fight,
I mean,
and then you got to clean up their mess because that's what happens.
I mean,
We have one
I,
ruler or whatever that gets us into a fight with somebody else. That ruler is not that person in charge is not the one over there cleaning up.
mm-mm.
They're not the one footing the bill for it.
And they're not the one on the front line taking the hit.
Yeah.
So who's
Yeah.
the real enemy? Like mm,
Yep.
I don't have any enemies in any foreign countries. Like
I was
shit.
gonna say, what if? What if? I don't
What
know.
if
Every what if I could come up with like this, like I was like, what if something happened and there was a crazy revolution in every single fucking country and they did away with all of the ruling parties?
it's
The problem is more would arise
more with arouse? It's human
because
nature.
you can't people
Human
aren't
nature.
people as a whole, as a mob, are mob mentality and they're not able to govern themselves,
Mm-mm.
which is sad.
Because people will always crave power.
Hmm.
Always crave power. But I mean that goes all the way down to it's not just human nature, that goes down to the animal kingdom. I mean,
Oh
like
yeah.
there's always got to be a hierarchy. There's
Yeah.
always a level of power.
Yeah.
Sucks.
As long as I have like almonds and boba and fuzzy things, I'm okay.
Other things.
I don't know. I always cracks me up like before the election and people be like, "Oh, Bodie for no, ma'am. Fucking
Mm,
put that back in your face.
mm-mm.
Put it right back in your fucking face. No.
I take pity on anybody.
Mm-mm. Nope.
I
That is
take
one thing I can safely say. Never in my life have I said, because some little kids, I want to be president. No, never in my fucking life. Now,
no,
would
but I
I like to be privy to some of the cool alien information and shit like that? Yeah, but do I? No,
I got to
no,
say the world peace. I
no.
don't want to be president though. I think you put all the farmers back to work, you make weed legal, you start making hemp products. Like it worked in Biodome, damn it, let it work. Um, then you take everybody's clothes away and burn them.
No, I need my clothes.
No, because think about it. Who gonna
No,
fight high and naked?
no,
Who gonna fight high and naked? Not many
no.
people. Not many people.
I'm gonna fight you over that. No.
Who gonna
I was talking to somebody the other day and they were like, "Did you know that
think about it?
Oklahoma has a nudist colony?" And I was like, "What?
I'm down.
What?"
I'm down. Take away the guessing. Take away the guessing.
People would just tattoo themselves all over his clothes.
And look,
I mean,
like
I'm almost there.
free reading material. Get it.
No. No,
Get
because I don't want to be talking to somebody and see some tiny peep like while we're talking. No, fuck the
No,
fuck off.
that's honesty. Give me honesty. Shit.
Nope. I don't want to see it.
And be like, mm-mm.
Because I am not mature enough to not laugh.
Oh, me neither. But think about it. World peace. Who gonna be beefing? Who's fighting? Who's starting shit? If everybody is high, happy, and butt ass naked.
No, you gotta have the first two first. Because
Right.
I was gonna point out.
That's what I said. Make it legally nationally legal. Leave it alone.
So I was gonna point out that there are people that will fight naked. There are people that will beef naked. Like
Oh,
I
Like,
can trace my ancestry back to the Pictish in Scotland, and they painted their bodies, piled their hair on top of their heads, and they fought naked because
I,
nobody,
girl,
it scared the shit out of people.
Jello fights, I'm down. You know, but but
Did you say Jello fights?
I think pudding pops all the way. Um, I love it.
I fucking can't with you. You know what? We should do an episode high.
I
They
mean,
never ever air.
I mean, why don't we?
We pause in 60 times, like, I gotta go get a snack, man.
Like, what was I doing? What was I doing?
I'm just saying,
Hmm.
that might be fun.
I don't.
Especially what ifs.
What if?
Mm-hmm.
What if we go to Colorado?
You ready to go to Hell House with me in March?
No, fuck no.
I already got it set up and booked. Tickets are on sale. We
Wait,
already
what?
been selling tickets.
Wait, what? I wasn't paying attention. Like, I wasn't watching. What'd you do?
I knew you weren't because I talked to you about it for 3 weeks now.
Wait, what did you do?
You know how you always say nobody listens to Sass? Nobody listens to Bodie.
Dude, every time tune that shit out on like purpose.
Mm-hmm.
With
Yeah,
love.
well, March 8th.
Mm-hmm.
March 8th. We've already got tickets sold. People already been buying tickets in
You say
person.
we a lot. You say we a lot.
Yeah.
You say we a
We,
lot.
homie. We. You my bestest friend. We.
Mm.
Hell, when we're out traveling, people think we're fucking lesbians anyway. And they're like, oh,
Girl,
is that your significant other? Yeah, it's my best friend, ho.
this is one time.
This one time.
This one time we were in this weird fucking McDonald's, the alien McDonald's.
I'm gonna let you tell this one.
No, go ahead, because
No.
you absolutely.
Okay, so this one
Mm.
time I took Sass to the alien McDonald's in Roswell, New Mexico, because when you're in Roswell, New Mexico, you have to go to the McDonald's. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care what you're there to see. I don't care if you're just passing through. Stop your fucking ass at the McDonald's because it's a big spaceship. Okay. So I told Sass, I'm like, we're going to stop at the fucking McDonald's. She's like, okay, then. So we get there. She's like, okay, this is kind of cool. So we go inside because I'm like, no, we have to go inside. A, I have to pee. And B, you need to see inside because it is not a normal McDonald's. So we go in there, we order, we're standing there waiting. And all of a sudden, this big old huge dude, like, he's got to be old enough to be my dad, starts
Oh,
talking to me and even like grabs my hand and is talking about wifing me up and shit. And I'm like, no. And it didn't
straight
help.
up gonna marry you in the McDonald's. Like if, his friend was willing to be a witness.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It
Mm-hmm.
didn't help that I was like, oh no, you don't want to marry me. like, I don't know. I can't remember what else I said. I said something and I saw him look over at you and I can't see Sass behind me. Okay. But I'm gonna let you go ahead and tell him what you thought you looked like back there.
I mean, straight up was like, nah, not the fucking day. We ain't. Because both like, listen, I love you. She doesn't always think about the situation she is in. And I am like safety first, motherfucker, safety first. I'm a survivor. I'm assessing the situation. Homeboy is like ready to marry her. We out in alien territory, man. We don't, you don't they got on overalls and penny loafers. Like it's a bad combination already. So I'm on guard. But then I realized like I woke up mad. I had lost my mom's ring the night before. Thank God I found it. But like my face was swollen from crying. I was mad. I woke up late. Like I had my hair up in like the frizziest fucking ponytail ever, a sweatshirt. And I'm standing behind her like, and he said something about me and she said, oh, that's my partner. And he took 2 steps
That's what
back
it
and
was.
he started like patting her hand, like, all right, I'm done with you.
Mm-hmm. That's what it was. I was like, I knew it was something.
Yeah.
I knew it was
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. And you said, I don't, he backed up really quick. I was like, do you not see me mean mugging behind you, looking like,
Nope.
Uh-uh. But you
This
don't.
one time in Roswell, New Mexico, I almost got married to a weird old
That's
Navajo
what
man
people are
at
not
the
going to do.
McDonald's.
Like, I was ready to get the hell out of there. Roswell was not what I thought it was.
Mm.
I
Every time I
expect,
go through Roswell, all I can hear is Will Smith and Independence Day going, "What the hell is that smell?" Like that's all I can hear.
I expected better. There was no
Yeah.
wow in Roswell. I wanted to be wowed.
Hmm.
I was not. I
Same.
wasn't even wowed.
I have people ask me all the time, like, what's one place that you feel was way overhyped? Roswell is my number one is Roswell. My second is Tombstone.
Yeah, I was about to say Tombstone.
Tombstone is second
Tombstone.
because at least it's halfway entertaining there. Like there are like that old downtown with the, the period costumes and, all the eateries and the, and you can stay at the birdcage theater, like all that stuff. At least that's there. Like with Roswell, like I think you can go out to the crash site. I've never been out there, but I mean, it's just a bunch of shops with little shit. The only thing I love about Roswell is the fucking McDonald's.
McDonald's.
The bathrooms are always clean.
So rinky dink town with a cool McDonald's.
I don't know.
I mean,
I
don't
don't
get me wrong,
understand.
I like rinky dink towns, but the
Mhm.
hype Roswell,
Yeah.
like all my life you've heard Roswell, Roswell, Roswell.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Man, that was it? That was we done? Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah. You know what's funny? I think if I had to rank, and granted, I haven't been all over the United States yet, so, but I think my third on that list would be Vegas.
You know,
There's a lot to do in Vegas and there was some entertaining stuff, but in no way does it live up to the hype of the movies to me. The only thing that I feel like lived up to the hype of the movies,
movies.
I don't know why I got that accent, but out of all the
Yeah.
times I've been there, when we went to the Bellagio with the Year of the Dragon, that was magical. Like that in there was magical. Like I lost myself in there. That was like movie scene type of thing. But
Yeah.
other than that, every time I ever go to Vegas, I've only been to the strip like a handful of times and I get angry. Like I can feel everybody's anger. And I'm like, I don't want to
It
be here.
is absolutely a living, breathing
Mm-hmm.
thing.
Yeah, I
Like
agree.
it's a living, breathing thing. I would love to spend time there without people.
Mm,
Like there's so much architecture, there's so much like
yeah,
there's so much to see and enjoy, and the
yeah,
people suck it out of me.
yeah. That's why I'm glad I took you to Boulder City first.
Oh God, Boulders. Yeah, I love it. Okay, yeah.
Hey, hang on just a minute. So we had to take a break for a minute because I was about to pee my pants. But I saw a video on TikTok the other day, and as you were talking about Vegas being a living, breathing thing, and then we were talking about the architecture and stuff in Boulder City and haunted places, and because we stayed at a weird fucking hotel.
They're
Um,
taking me to weird ass places.
it's so funny in going because Witch Talk has gotten off my algorithm. And so I was like, all right, no, I need that to go back. By the way, I found some of the dumbest shit y'all have lost your y'all are gonna get yourself seriously fucking hurt. Let me just say that. I mean, I guess Darwinism, but anyway, I digress. So there are some things that I haven't shared on TikTok because I don't feel like a lot of y'all are ready. I mean, I'm just going to call a spade a spade. I don't feel like a lot of y'all are ready. You're still convinced that you can write somebody's name 3 times and write your name over it or scribble them out, and that's a spell. Yes and no. Like that's not going to do shit. It's just not. I'm sorry. That's the first part of a spell. But I saw somebody talking about this, and this is something I haven't mentioned because I don't feel like a lot of people are ready. But with the rise in everybody's abilities, with the rise in people seeing shadows, and I don't mean shadow people, shadows, with the rise in hauntings, with the rise in paranormal, with the rise in all of that stuff, um, Sass pointed out something really, really interesting. Y'all realize every place is alive, right? every single place. There is an old, and I'm going to call it a tactic on purpose, the air quotes, because that's kind of what it is, an old tactic of witches activating the spirit of their home as protection, as amplification, as all of that stuff. And I saw a video about it last night when I was scrolling through Witch Talk. And this lady was like, y'all realize, you guys are so stressed about, oh, the first of the month, redo this and redo that and all this stuff. And she was like, but you're not activating the spirit in your house. And part of me was like, 100%, I agree with you. But at the same time, a lot of people that are brand new to the practice, like, they're not ready for that. They're not ready for that. And what I think she didn't explain, maybe she doesn't understand this. But in like the Avengers movies with Tony Stark, and he has Jarvis that controls his whole house. And in the show Eureka, he has the house is alive and has its own thing. There's good and bad with that. Like there's good and bad with that. So have you ever heard about that? Like, have you ever heard about that, especially with your Mima and all that stuff? Or is that
I,
something?
I have always been aware. I don't know if I was actually taught or not, but it's been a thing. Like the house has a spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like churches have
Mm-hmm.
the church has a spirit.
Yeah.
There's certain places. But I mean, when you think about it logically, right? If we know everything is energy,
Mm-hmm.
right? Down to every nanoparticle is all energy. And we are all energy that formulated, and everything else is energy, and energy doesn't die, it just transforms. Like, why would a house not have a spirit? Why
Right.
would a place not have a spirit?
Right.
So, I mean, when you think about it, but yeah, I don't know if I was taught that per se, or like I don't remember it being a lesson like, hey, you honor but
Yeah.
yeah, like I just, yeah.
Yeah. It was just interesting because the way she pointed it out was, to be honest, it was really condescending. But she didn't say anything else. That was it.
I mean, you think about it, in Christianity, you're taught to respect like the church.
Yeah.
And in a lot of Indian cultures, you're taught to respect sacred ground. Like everybody has their holy place, their sacred place.
Mm-hmm.
And that place contains a spirit. Why wouldn't any other place contain a
Mm-hmm.
spirit? You know what I'm saying?
Because how many times have you heard people say your home is your temple?
Right.
Like if you are in essence your own deity, then your home is your temple. And how you keep your home reflects on it. How many times have you walked into a church or a temple or a holy place and it's trashed without it being in a war zone? Let me say that, because somebody's gonna be like, well, this one time. No, 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 I don't want to hear about this one time. How many times? How many times? I'm just
Mm-mm.
saying. I'm just saying.
So I mean, it all lines up. When you talk about your house or your a haunted place, obviously has multiple spirits, but like when I think we infuse it with our energy, you invite in,
Mhm.
God, the angels to sit on the four corners, or you know,
Yep.
your ancestors, whatever. Yeah, if we know wood and stone holds memory, holds
Mhm.
energy, like it,
Earth does, water does. Yeah,
yeah,
all of it.
it absolutely matters. Yeah.
I just wanted to see your face. I was like, I'm not going to tell her about this. I'm just going to talk about it. We're just going to talk
Yeah.
about it.
Isn't that? Yeah.
So, yeah.
think, um, I think the church part we were actually taught to, respect
Yeah.
that even if it's like not during church, if you were on that ground, like you had to act a certain way, you had to do
Hmm.
it. Like my mom was a chain smoker. She absolutely did not church smoke on church grounds because it was disrespectful.
Hmm.
So, and like you think Catholic, they go in, they make their offering, they they light their candles. It's very much a place that houses a spirit,
Yeah.
whether it's one you invited in or one that just Still got residents, I guess.
I mean, we all have things in our home that either were given to us or that we bought after someone had passed away. We all have portals in our home. I mean, people only think of portals as being in Sedona or, vortexes and things like that, but we all have things like that in our home. We all have, it's why you can walk into a place and people that are really, really in tune with energy and in tune with themselves, and energy really is the main one, but you can walk in a place and be like, oh, it just feels wrong in here, or oh, I would not have put that furniture like that, or you can just see that the feng shui is off. And I know people are like, oh, the feng shui is off, but it's a thing. Like, it's a thing. You treat your house as a living thing, just how you would keep your hair a certain way because it looks aesthetically pleasing. That's how you keep your home, because it looks aesthetically pleasing. But when it's off, it's just like
Yeah,
people that are really, really in tune with stuff. My desk might be a fucking mess, but I can tell if someone has even breathed on it. So
yeah.
yeah,
Because when she says her desk is a mess, it like, yeah.
it's actually pretty clean right now because I have both of my computers set up. And what I've realized is I need a bigger desk.
I thought my desk was a mess. It absolutely is not.
I need a bigger desk because I have like CPU, screen, 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 CPU. Like, and I don't have hardly any room. And I love this big old desk. I do. I love this big old desk. But I need a bigger desk. I need a bigger desk. So when we move to the new place, I'm just saying. I'm just saying what I'm saying.
Yes. Can't wait. Can't
I
wait.
can't
It's
wait either.
super.
I can't wait either. Y'all gonna lose your fucking minds. Y'all gonna lose your minds. I'm not gonna lie. I did last night. I was laying there talking to Kirsten. Well, early this morning, I was laying there talking to Kirsten. And I was like, man, like I'm laying here in this moment, trying not to regret shutting the shop down. And this fucking girl bodied me, and it was great. So she was like, it'll always be, something that you loved, and it will always be, the magical place that it was. And she was like, were you really going to stay there forever, Mom? And I was like, no, but I had planned to keep it open. And I was like, but this opportunity is just different, and I couldn't afford to keep both of them open because Oklahoma sucks. But yeah, she bodied me. I was proud of her. She bodied me.
I'm glad. I'm glad I'm not the only one that gets to body the boaty.
Yeah, she bodied me. It was great.
I feel guilty when I have to do it. Be like, listen,
But
don't. But didn't you say? Like, didn't you just like say to everybody else? You know,
mm-hmm.
I hate having to do it. I feel guilty. I know she was just like, bleh. There it is.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. We all need it sometimes. It's easier to give everybody else advice. We can't give ourselves advice.
Or I give good advice and I'd be like, damn, I wish I'd listened to that. Like I could save myself so much trouble.
There's so many times in lives when I'm talking to people about stuff, I'm like, that would make a good video, and then I forget about it. Forget about it.
Talking about the ideas. So
Yeah.
we need to go through. I saw some comments
Mm-hmm.
on some of the other podcasts, particularly the first one.
Okay.
With other ideas where
Okay.
they wanted on the list. Not that we've gotten to the list yet because the bullshit has superseded. But
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
but yeah, we need to go through some comments and pull some ideas.
Okay.
I say we put them all in a jar and just pull one and then.
Okay. I'm down. I'm always down.
I mean,
Let's do fucked up shit. No, I'm just kidding.
like we can talk about anything at any given time.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so might as well just put them in a jar and pull a random.
Yeah, I
What
agree.
are we talking about today? Plot wobbles. Done.
I agree. All right. So next week, or maybe we should also, we could do some subscriber only parts of a podcast that are like, hey, this is just us randomly talking about this shit, and y'all get to hear it behind the scenes.
I mean, we're pretty behind the scenes all the time, but
We kind of are.
no, we're not.
But there's some stuff.
The filter is, yeah,
Yeah.
epic. It's epic.
Mm-hmm.
So much shit gets cut. I hate that they can't hear because not
Yeah.
even like not even caught on camera half the time.
We
Damn.
legit just need like our own camera crew to follow us around and catch everything.
What? Can we just get a reality crew already?
I
This
mean,
guy,
maybe.
like this fool, y'all
Maybe.
don't know. Y'all don't know. This fool over here is absolutely comical. Like absolutely a comedy show, a walking, talking comedy show.
Who, you?
You,
Me? What? Why am I?
you.
Wait, back up, back up, back up, back up. What?
Girl, you're funny as hell.
Oh, thank you.
I think the two of us though, like between all of our like ADHD stems of singing like random ass songs and weird fucking movements and fucking ADHD random ass conversations that have some form of Tourette's involved in the middle of them.
I mean, humor is a trauma response.
Like the stupid shit that we encounter day in and day out, and how either like it's never the same way. Like we'll
Yeah.
never both flip out at the same time. It's like either I'm trying to be the medium to help Bodhi not flip all the way the fuck out, or
My
she's
ears just.
being the medium before I fight somebody. Like it, hopefully we don't flip out at the same time.
So remember before we started filming and I said, "Oh yeah, you fucked me up the other day and I'm going to tell you about it." And then I forgot to tell you about it. Well, I'm going to tell you about it now. So you remember the other day when you were laughing at me because I was singing little songs about all kinds of shit and you were like, "By the way, singing little songs, making up songs as an ADHD response." And I was like, "Shut the fuck up. No, it's not." Yeah, every time I have done that now, I'm like, "Fucking Sass, you've ruined songs for me." Not really, because I'm still doing it. So it's not
Oh
like
yeah,
not like I
like,
have stopped doing it.
but I've always done it. Like just sing
Same.
little random ass commercials over and over, or sing my
Mine is just
response,
making
or
up shit.
yeah, make up little goofy ass songs. It's a form of ADHD neurospicy stemming. Mm.
Kay tells me that I'm Linda Belcher from Bob's Burgers all the time.
Life goals, whatever.
She was like, "You just make up songs about everything," and I'm like,
I mean, London's cool though.
"Yeah." I mean, those of us that are Gen X, like we grew up with Cinderella and Snow White, like Disney movies like that, where they were singing all the time, and yeah.
Mm-hmm. I used to tell people I had musical Tourette's.
Okay,
Just start. Blah. No, I'm so sorry. My bad.
I didn't know that was a thing. I'm gonna start using that.
I don't know that it is, but I claim it. I claim it. Musical Tourette's, because I don't ever want to sing the whole song. I just want to sing that one part that you got to belt out loud that my brain was already singing on repeat for the last 4 hours, and now I just need to get that one part out. Mm-hmm.
Mine is just songs about random shit.
Yeah.
Like Allie's dog's name is Chimuelo, and they call him Chimo. So my brain goes Chimo because every time I want to say his name, it's Chia.
Right.
Chimo. Yeah. So yeah.
Computer cancel.
I think that's a good stopping point.
You're always triggering Alexa.
All right, guys. We'll see you. We'll see you next week. We'll see you when we see you. I'm sure we'll see you before then, but we'll see you next week. Yeah. Yeah.